Take a shot.
Check sound. All good. అందరికీ నమస్కారము. ఇక్కడుండే అందరికీ హృదయపూర్వక నమస్కారము. నేను మీ అర్చన శ్రీధర్ని. తెలుగు రామ్ భజన పటిష్ఠులు గౌరవప్రదమైన ఈ ఒక్క సంఘటనానికి రామ భజన అధ్యక్షులు, కార్యకర్తలు మరియు శుభాశయాలు కోరుతున్న మీ అందరికీ మరి ఒకసారి నా హృదయపూర్వకమైన నమస్కారాలు. Good evening to one and all, ladies and gentlemen. This is Archana Sridhar. I will be your MC for this evening, and it's great to see you all here attending this, must I say, one-of-a-kind occasion in such large numbers. Without further ado, can I please ask every one of you to stand so that we could do a prayer.
ಮದಿಲಂಟು ದಲಸಿದೆ ಗಾರಾದುರು ತುಳ್ಳಿನದ್ದು ಗರಮಮ್ಮೋ ತುಳ್ಳೆ ವಿಶ್ವದ ವಿರಾಮ ವಿನುರಾವೇಮ ವಿಶ್ವದ ವಿರಾಮ ವಿನುರಾವೇಮ ಓಂ ಶಾಂತಿ ಶಾಂತಿ ಶಾಂತಿ.
Thank you for that. Can you please continue to stand for one moment to remember all of the people that have contributed to this occasion happening this evening. They are not with us, but they're always there to bless us. So for their blessings and their fortunate prayers, we are having this occasion. Let us have a moment's silence for all of them. Thank you, one and all. You may please be seated. The function of an event of this nature, it's amazing that everything has been put together in very, very little time. The first time I heard about Telugu Raam Bhajana, Stalwarts of South Africa, it was circulated amongst one of the WhatsApp groups. And what struck me was the word Stalwarts. There's a lot of learning that we do from our elders, and it's very, very important and pertinent that we respect them. We show our appreciation when they are with us, amongst us, seated here. In under 2 months, this committee, starting from scratch, has been formed, and they have a vision which of course encompasses the Telugu language, the poems, the Raam Bhajana, and everything else, but it also shows their appreciation for our elders. The Stalwarts are here to promote, propagate, preserve, and I'll add one more thing, uplift the elders' spirits in the community. With that said, I welcome you all to this event, the Telugu Raam Bhajana Stalwarts of South Africa Honorary Awards. I now request the Chairman, Gopi Garu, to address you all. Over to you, Gopi Garu.
నా ప్రియమైన తల్లిదండ్రులారా, మీ అందరికీ నా ప్రేమ నమస్కారము. Respected elders, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my humble pranams to one and all. I'm actually the interim chairman, so I'm not the chairman officially. It's an interim committee. Thank you, Master Chair. First and foremost, I say thank you for all of you for supporting us and being here today. I think you all know our vision in this. I want to be very honest with you all. We had a lot of up and coming prior to this function. We had a lot of people hijacking our function. They were spreading a lot of rumors about our function, and we are very transparent in this, so we have nothing to hide. And this all would have had 300 people seated here today. Unfortunately, we're going to have like 170. But those funds have come from well wishers, and people that believe in us and believe in our vision for promoting, propagating, and preserving the Telugu Raam Bhajana. To that, I am indebted to you all for your generous generosity and for coming forward to assist us in making this function a reality. Once again, thank you very much. The Stalwarts was formed in under 3 months prior to the International Raam Bhajana, and in that 3 months, we've come a long way. We've achieved a lot as well, so it's good. You'll see we've got a very young interim committee. A function of this nature needs a lot of effort and a lot of time, and if I don't do this, I'll be failing in my duty to say my brother Tishalan Governor, Priyan Naidu, my uncle Ronnie Naidu, also Devan Viren is not here, he will be with us shortly. They have played a pivotal role in ensuring that this function goes on tonight. And most importantly, we want to thank Lord Narayana. We always believe that He will show us the way. And Vanessa also told me, just believe in your prayer, and this function will be a reality. Thanks to everyone. Thank you for being here. Please join us for today's function. We have a good spread of meat dishes, vegetable dishes. We also have the award ceremony. Thereafter, we're going to have a dance. So we'd like you all to stay with us. Thank you. Dhanyavad.
నేను తెలుగులో మాట్లాడితే ఇక్కడ ఎందరికీ అది అర్థమవుతుంది. బై షో ఆఫ్ హ్యాండ్స్, కెన్ యూ పుట్ అప్ యువర్ హ్యాండ్స్? ఎందరికీ అర్థమవుతుంది? వెరీ గుడ్. Okay, so there's 3 people, 3 or 4 people here that can understand Telugu. One of the most important things that we need to understand or know is that if we want to sing a Raam Bhajana, if we want to do our Padyamu, and if we are proud of our motherland, the first thing that we need to start doing is learning Telugu. It may be few words, maybe aksharalu, maybe words, 1 word a day. Start off with that challenge. Maybe in a month to come you'll have 30 words, and in a year to come you'll have 365 words, and I'm sure you can start speaking. Well, it could be broken. కొంచెమైనా నేర్చుకోవచ్చు మనమందరూ. చాలా బాగుంటుంది వినడానికి, పాడేదానికి, అన్నిటికీ బాగా ఉంటుంది. So I think very importantly, learn the language to get that close to your heart, because your motherland is always in your heart. So to get close to your heart, start learning Telugu language. And one such person that knows Telugu, can speak Telugu, is Elvin Tagadkaru. I now request you to come up and please render a song.
Namaskaram to all of you. I'm taking a bit away from the traditional function, and I was told I would sing some light Telugu film tunes. So if you don't know me, besides being involved in Raam Bhajana, I'm also an entertainer that sings in 3 languages, Telugu, Tamil and Hindi. I was strictly forbidden to sing other languages today. They asked me to sing Telugu. I'm going to sing a song that was actually written in 1997, and I sang this song at the Durban City Hall for the Radio Lotus then Impression Contest, and the song is Pata Oka Pata. See, the next song is a very popular song in Tamil, but I don't know if most of you hear it in Telugu. It has been a hit in South Africa. You know, I'm controlling myself. Normally, Gopi told me 1,000 people here. So I couldn't afford to get my controller, so I had to do it myself. Thank you.
that was a quiet applause. Show your love, show your appreciation, Elvin Garu. Very, very beautifully sung. And even if you clap another time, much louder. Very good. That's how the house should be. Not like that. Right? Elvin Garu, చాలా బాగా పాడారండి. చాలా మధురమైన 2 గీతాలు మనకి మీరు పాడి తెలుగులో దాన్ని ఎలా పాడాలి అని చెప్పారు కదా. So Elvin Garu is a person that that is an entertainer, we know for sure. But when he has the mic and when the music is on, it's seamless. He can just sing for hours. So we thank you, Elvin Garu, very, very much indeed for those 2 beautiful songs. And the first song, Gopi Garu is telling me sometimes you must take away the mic from him. The first song that he sang was reminiscent to all the sisters, the love between the brothers and the sisters. And it was such a beautiful song. And I'm sure many of you sitting here have experienced such love, sisters and brothers. I think that was very, very well done. I will now request our interim chairman, Gopi Garu, to honor the stalwarts. I will be calling out the names, and if you may I please request that you kindly take off your shoes before you ascend to the stage. Also, I would like to thank Krisen Garu, who manages the SA Musicians Against COVID-19 Facebook page. We are live streaming as we talk. So to all those that probably wanted to come today and experience this event and could not make it, వాళ్ళందరూ అక్కడ ఇంట్లో కూర్చొని పకోడాలు బోండాలు బజ్జీలు తింటూ చక్కగా ఈ కార్యక్రమాన్ని చూస్తున్నారు. So if you are there, Krisanuli Garu live on the page, thank you very much. మీకు చాలా చాలా ధన్యవాదములు. Krisan Garu. Yes, thank you very much. It's my first time seeing Krisan Garu. Yes, it is. So the Stalwarts Award made this happen. So Krisan Garu, it's an honor to know you, and thank you for always being there, not only for this platform, but to all the platforms that want to share music to the world. Thank you very much for that indeed. I will now start calling the names. If you could please come to the stage in that order. Thank you. Mr. George Yereyanadu of the Venkateshwara Bhajana Society. And the claps should not stop. You are going to eat after the awards function, right? So they should not stop. George Yereyanadu of the Venkateshwara Bhajana Society.
నమస్కారం మీ అందరికీ. తెలుగు మాట్లాడితే మీ మనసులో తెలుసు మాకు తెలదు, నా ఇంగ్లీష్లో మాట్లాడదాం. This dedication that was given to me, I honor this dedication to my parents and my grandparents. Reason being, without them being taught us what is happening in the spiritual world, I should have been standing over here. The history our family history, dating back right from the 1900s. My grandfather arrived here in 1897, and his indenture expired in 1902. When he was given an opportunity to go back to India or stay back here. They give you 5 guineas to go back. But he has taken the opportunity to stay back in Durban. He was, when he came down to South Africa, he was allocated to the farms in Mzimkhulu, which is Port Shepstone. Then, when he taken the offer of staying back, he settled himself in Kongala, which is French Coast. But he hasn't stopped there. He built a temple half the size of the soul, with a wooden line, plus a 6-bedroom house. We all grew up, born and grew up there, but he was instrumental also, before he came to South Africa, to initiate the temple in Mapali, which is Tamadapana temple. Thereafter he settled in Vedikapatnam. When I did the history, I traveled all these places, and first-hand view of all parts of India, because most of our people, when they go to India, they forget Vizag or Visakhapatnam. That is our forefathers' home. But the Raam Bhajan started at our grandfather's house in 1905. Till today, I've got a testament of it, because he built with his own hands a Raam Bhajan Chettu, which I've still got in my temple. But the people that played in Raam Bhajans in our parents' residence, or grandfather's residence, were the people from the south, from Lobo, Rennie Shaw, Durban Central, like Cloud, Rosborough Junction, Slyle, and towards the north is Pantansel, Mount Hitchcombe, Tongan. Some of the Stalwarts children are here. Alvin Tarak, again one, and Gopi. And this tradition of us wasn't just made up in South Africa. It comes from India. And fair enough, I was fortunate enough with my family. We invited by Vedikapatnam at the time of Sankrotri. I witnessed the Raam Bhajan. Same style, but the songs are more intricate. But it's a sight to see how they perform. And then I even traveled to the fields where we met families. This Raam Bhajan started in India in the fields. The Raam Bhajans were undertaken for the upliftment of the families and the production in the fields. And it's still happening now. This is what I'd say to our people who go to India to visit. Don't forget Vedikapatnam. Not the city, but the villages. Vast amount of villages. And from then, from 1905 to now, I still have Ram bhajans. Never stop. Only during the COVID time, we did stop for a few days. But we will continue. And I will encourage our people. This is what our forefathers have left for us. I think we should uplift it. And keep care and carry on teaching our children and grandchildren. They must live. I know the modern age, you got with the technology, our children are going astray. But our roots must stay on. Appeal to everybody. Thank you. And this award is from my parents and my grandparents. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. George A. Naidu Garu. And I must say, right, Mr. George is, I'm so humbled actually. 83 years old. Aren't we all blessed and honored to have him at this stage? You know, Mr. Naidu Garu, when you spoke about the 5 genes, I think that should be considered as the 5 Bhajans, the 5 Mbewu in Zulu, seeds, right? So I think those 5 seeds that, you know, your grandfathers brought to South Africa, took from South Africa to India, gave rise to the 45 or 50 plus Ram Bhajana groups in South Africa today. So we thank you immensely for doing that for our future generations. And you did mention about technology. So here's the thing, right? We also perceive the technology today, scrolling the phones every second of our lives. If we had to take Ram Bhajana any further, we could perpetuate the use of technology to get this Ram Bhajana out there to the world. Not just South Africa. That is what we need to make use of. So, Mr. Naidu Garu, technology is there and we have the blessings of our elders. It is only for us to take it forward from here. So thank you very much. Can I now please call upon Mrs. Iyer? Mr. Krishna Naidu of the D.L. Roberts Andhra Bhajana. Mr. Krishna Naidu. Mrs. Ayama Satya Tagat from the Ilovu Shri Harichimadri Appana Seva Ram Bhajana. So this is Mr. Krishna Naidu. No problem, thank you. Mr. Krishna Naidu of the D.L. Roberts Andhra Bhajana. Wow, the claps must keep going on as they ascend the stage. Okay, so he is receiving the award on behalf of the D.L. Roberts Andhra Bhajana. So Mr. Krishna Naidu, thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much. Mrs. Ayama Satya Tagat of the Ilovu Shri Harichimadri Appana Seva Bhajana. A huge round of applause. Woman power. Mr. G.R. Naidu from the Venkateshwara Bhajana Society. Mr. G.R. Naidu. I'm told Mr. G.R. Naidu is the interim treasurer of the Telugu Bhajana Stalwarts of South Africa. So, Mr. G.R. Naidu from the Venkateshwara Bhajana Society. Mrs. Sita Noki Virana. Mr. Jace Shanmugam from the Sri Vishnu Seva Bhajana. Mr. Jace Shanmugam from the Sri Vishnu Seva Bhajana. Okay, so it's Mr. Jace Shanmugam from Mount Edgecombe, Raam Bhajana. Right. This list is given to me right here. Okay, so if there's any mistakes, Nanni Kshaminchandi. Okay. I don't mean to hurt anybody's sentiments out here. We are here to honor the Stalwarts, and that is what we are doing. So, Nanni Manninchi, mi premam nato eppudu undali, okay na? So, Mr. J. Shanmugam, thank you very much, and the claps. Mr. Sugen Naidu from the Bhakta Vatsala Bhajana group. Mr. Sugen Naidu from the Bhakta Vatsala Bhajana group. Thank you very much, Mr. Sugen Naidu. Mr. Naren Vivian Naidu. Mr. Naren Vivian Naidu. Thank you, Mr. Naren. So to all those that have received the awards thus far, Mr. George Yereya Naidu, Mrs. Iyer, Mr. Krishna Naidu, Mrs. Ayama Satya Tagat, Mr. G.R. Naidu, Mrs. Sita Nuki Virana, Mr. Jace Shanmugam, Mr. Sugan Naidu, and Mr. Naren Vivian Naidu. Heartiest congratulations to all of you in order. One more round of tremendous thundering applause for 1 whole minute. And we have a phone call. The phones are not on silent. I now request Mr. Elvin Tagatgaru to render another song for us. Mr. Elvin Garu, I will be singing with you. Normally, I don't sing movie songs, but today, just to entertain all of you, Logi there is smiling and laughing, and he knows what I mean when I say that. So just to honor every one of you on a lighter note, I will be singing with Elvin Garu today. So I'm sure Krisen knows me. I do Carnatic classical music, and somehow there has not been that penchant to sing film music thus far. But maybe I could start doing that for Telugu songs only, not others. I will still continue doing what I do with devotional and Carnatic. but maybe just for Telugu. What say you all? So this song is from a recent Telugu blockbuster movie. It's called 18 Pages, Padanimidi Putalu, if I had to translate that. It's called Nannaya Rasina, and yes, it's a nice song, very melodious. When I did the top 20 with Telugu top 20 with Elvin Garu at Southside FM, this was one of the top 20 Telugu songs. It kept coming up and people loved this song. So that's how we thought we could render it sometime maybe. And yes, if you're wondering, it's 20 past 7, and I know there's load shedding courtesy ESCOM these days. But yes, the generators will kick in. It'll take about a minute or two for the gens to kick in. So don't panic. Sit where you are, enjoy what you're eating, and we'll be good.
Archana, you just caught me by storm. I know we have this song on the program, but I seem to have lost it. I'll sing one Telugu song, and then once you do something else, I'll get the song for us, right? Okay, I'm singing this. This is another original song, and this song here was written by my wife, May Taga, in 2010 for the Lotus Impression Contest. And it's a lovely song. It's entitled Yenta Manchi Roju. You guys, clap when you want to. Join me in this song. Come on, let's sing. వసతైన రోజు తోటలోన పోయినా తూగు పాడెను ఎంత మంచి రోజు వసతైన రోజు తోటలోన పోయినా తూగు పాడెను నా గుండెలోనాయి పొంగి పొంగుతున్నది నా గుండెలోనాయి పొంగి పొంగుతున్నది ఎంత మంచి రోజు వసతైన రోజు తోటలోన పోయినా తూగు పాడెను మంచి రోజు వసంతైన రోజు
భావించుతున్నది సూర్యుడు సరస్సుగా అందరికి కష్టనాడు సరస్సువ జల జలగా భావించుతున్నది సూర్యుడు సరస్సుగా అందరికి కష్టనాడు ఎంత మంచి రోజు వసంతైన రోజు తోటలోని కోయినా కూకు పాడను ఎక్కడైనా చూస్తుంటే ఉల్లాసము నా మడిలో అనురాగము అనుభవించుతున్నది ఎక్కడైనా చూస్తుంటే ఉల్లాసము ఉంటుంది నా మడిలో అనురాగము అనుభవించుతున్నది ఎంత మంచి రోజు వసంతైన రోజు తోటలోని కోయినా కూకు పాడెను నా గుండెలోనాయి పొంగి పొంగుతున్నది నా గుండెలోనాయి పొంగి పొంగుతున్నది ఎంత మంచి రోజు వసంతైన రోజు తోటలోని కోయినా కూకు పాడెను
Thank you, Elvin Garu, for that beautiful rendition of Yenta Manchi Roju. So, Yenta Manchi Roju, do you want to speak? Yenta Manchi Roju means what a lovely, beautiful day. So, today's day is indeed a beautiful day. It's a lovely day to be here and to honor our stalwarts. Elvin Garu, thank you so much. A huge round of applause to Elvin Garu. Mr. Devan Viran, would you please come on to stage? I see we have the youngest stalwart standing here on stage, might I say? What's your name? Virenvi. So she's going to lead all the youth out there to be doing Raam Bhajanas, I'm sure, in the near future. He is Mr. Devan Viran. Can I please now request Mr. Elvin Garu to please grace the stage. Mr. Garu. Mr. Elvin Garu is a very, very devoted Raam Bhajana believer, and he always ensures, to make sure the pronunciations of the Raam Bhajana are always proper. He makes every effort. To this day, I see him making effort and asking me, Archana, is this word properly placed in this song? Is it even proper to be here in this song? Those nuances, those minute things are what are things that matter. So Elvin Garu, for that interest, keen interest, and for that dedication, really, really an honor to have worked with you and to be working with you to promote Telugu and Raam Bhajana in the future. I now request you to please speak a few words.
Let me speak on behalf of our Guru, Alvin. First and foremost, Alvin is Alvin Garu is the Vice President of Andhra Mahasabha of South Africa. He's also the President of South African Raam Bhajana Association of South Africa. He belongs to various organizations, too many to name. But when it comes to Telugu, the propagation, promoting and preserving the Telugu culture, I think Alvin deserves all accolade in this field. With that, I'm proud to say he's my brother, my big brother, and we're proud to have him in our function. Thank you very much.
Namaskaram to all of you. I'm going to speak on the history of the Lovo Sri Hari Chimadriyappana Seva Bhajana. In the year 1907, my great-grandfather left his family behind. He took his wife and 4 children, 4 sons and 2 daughters. One son was a stowaway on the ship, also became his eldest son. They arrived in the port of Natal in the year 1907 on the SS Amlazi. That's my great-granddad. They were confined to the Lovo sugar states in the south coast to work in the sugarcane plantations. But what they didn't forget was when they came from India, although they had harsh times, we're not going to go into the history of the Indian suffering in South Africa. But what they kept and maintained was their culture. They didn't have an opportunity to go to the pay schools that our children go to now. And they didn't have an opportunity to go to government schools, but what opportunity they had was to learn their culture and spread this culture to their siblings and all the other people. So in the same year, the Lovo Sri Hari Chimadriyappana Seva Bhajana was born. Now, if you look at the name, Chimadriyappana is also another name for Swami Narasimha Swami. And as Uncle George said, most of the Andhra people came from the Visakhapatnam. That's where my great-grandfather came from. So at that temple, the Simachalam temple, these Raam Bhajanas used to be sung on the hot summer months. And as he mentioned, also in the villages, they used to promote and propagate these bhajans. Be that as I may say, when they came here, they also got involved with the various other groups in around Durban, like to name a few, I think it was D.L. Roberts Bhajana, C.V. Bhajan Group, Pantenjar Bhajan Group. They were always involved with many of the Bhajana groups. After my great-grandfather demise, my grandfather and his brothers who grew up now, my grandfather was only 3 years, they continued with the Bhajans. And my grandfather was our guru. And thereafter, my dad took over my grandfather. And after my dad's demise, my mom made sure that we kept the Bhajana going. She was the pillar of strength to my entire family, which kept us together. And today, my brothers and I can smile and say that, yes, we have our differences now that we are all married, etc., etc. But when it comes to Bhajana, the entire family, my brothers, my sisters, children, the entire family together with our extended families and friends join this Bhajana, and we look forward to presenting or practicing this Bhajana. So I'm making a special appeal. Besides getting involved in the Bhajana, the most important thing to be cultured, as Archana Garu has said, is we are forgetting our Telugu language in South Africa. Both of us work for different stations and we promote and propagate the Telugu language. And I must say, I present a program on Southside FM from 12 to 3 every Saturdays. I get more non-Telugu people sending requests for Telugu songs, more people that are not in our culture requesting the songs. When I look at the list of our Telugu people, and I don't know most of them, I go pleading to our organizers from the Santan Andhra Mahasabha to please send in some requests so that the station knows that Telugu is alive in this country. Now we are gauged and weighed upon the requests that we receive, the amount of interaction we're having with the Telugu community or people of Telugu music. Now I have tried together with Archana in both our stations to ensure that we maximize and give a lot of Telugu material, a lot of Telugu songs, reviewing films. I go out of my ways to ensure that we keep this language going. But I think right here, we have 170 people, Gopi told me, we have 170, each one can educate one child. We've got 170 people educated in the language. We all can't be doctors, we all can't be lawyers, we all can't be engineers. There are people who would know such knowledge of that, but they're rich in culture, they know the language, they know our Telugu culture. At the Andhra Mahasabha, we beg people to come and learn Telugu. No, all children are busy doing rugby, they're going for other lessons other than learning the language. Now, in India, or even the Zulus in our own country, right? They make sure that they learn their mother tongue before they could learn other languages. And they are better than us because they know their mother tongue and also know the other languages that we speak in South Africa. So please, people, make it your duty, make a sacrifice, get one child educated in Telugu, and I'm sure the Telugu language will stay in South Africa. Thank you.
Yes, indeed, Garu, well said on that note, and thank you very much. Just on another note, I would also like to add on to what Elvin Garu has just said. You know, if you have to have a kind of a language program on any one of the stations or any one of the major platforms that we have in South Africa, it really takes a lot of effort from few individuals that are the backbone of the community that come together, heeding into the words of the people and try and do it for them. But when the platform is available, the same support is not garnered enough. I don't know why, I don't know the reason, but here we have technology, here we have everything at our disposal. Manaku anta undi. Manaki ememe kavalo Devudu anta ichinaru. Kani the support from the community is extremely essential for these programs to keep running. All it takes for you to do is to send a message. Am I right, Elvin Garu? Just a message. These programs will be alive. So thank you very much for bringing that up. And on the same note, apart from the language, also the Raam Bhajana and the culture that this has brought to the community, keeping that alive is for us to bring in the youth, the youngsters, because they are the ones that are going to take it forward. So this is a very sincere, humble appeal to every one of you sitting here today. If the regional language programs have to go on, we need your support. You are the backbone. Today, this particular Stalwarts function or event is happening because the backbone is here. Similarly, we need it for every event of this stature and any event of this stature, in fact. So it's a request and an appeal to all of you seated here to continue supporting the programs like you've done today. I now call upon Mr. S.V. Naidu of the Venkateshwara Bhajana Society to please come up on stage. And we have the youngest stalwart also accompanying. Okay. And a family member of S.V. Naidu's grandson. Yes. So we have both of them here, and a huge round of applause to S.V. Naidu Garu from the Venkateshwara Bhajana Society.
My Prema Namaskaram to all of you.
Madam, welcome to South Africa. Deep down my heart, I think of my great-grandparents and my great-parents that came here. Our grandfather came from Bhajana. I've been there many times, and I've been to the homes of them. They came here in 1907. They settled in Amzinto. And from Amzinto, we had a struggle, a major struggle. From Amzinto, they went to Amzinto Junction where my father was born. And from there, they came to Renisho. From there, they were pushed into Abagantwini, where my granny lost her husband in 1937. Some time back, a long time back. And my grandfather had 15 children. They had no TV those days. So therefore, what they've done, the Raam Bhajan started because of that. They walked in the fields, and his wives were against them, whatever they did. They built their own temples, they built their own schools when they came. That's why you take an Indian, you put him in the bush or a mountain, he'll make a home out of it. So, from Mbogantwini, they went to Stella Hill. My granny bought a land about 600 pounds, and she should pay 1 shilling a month to free that land. And from there, we moved to Kodmo again by the party system. And then I was born in 1951. In 1957, we came to Merebank, and we're still in Merebank till now. You see this young boy here, my sister's grandson. Why I brought him here? To teach the other children that's all around here and to the public. He's here now, he's 9 years old. He joined us when he was 4 years old. So he's 5 years with the Raam Bhajan Society. And this is an inspiration because we from the Venkateswara Bhajan Society, who's about 53 years young, not old. Absolutely. Therefore we have this young. Wherever a bhajan is sung, you are invited. And I was really disturbed to say this program has been hijacked. When they use the word hijacked, it's very, very sad. I'm straight. I'm one of the devotees of Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba. And I've been to him, and he saved me from a gunshot wound. I was shot point blank, and Baba came to South Africa and saved me. So, hijacked is the wrong word, because I'm one of the Stalwarts. I was not invited to any meeting. I tell you, honestly, I was not invited to any meeting for this function. So therefore, I didn't play my part. When it comes to anything to do with Hindu culture, we are there. So, coming back to the Venkateswara Bhajan Society, that token of appreciation, I hand it over to this young, to keep it there so when his uncle or his mama is dead, he'll think of his mama and continue this bhajan for another 50 years. You must understand that the wisdom of the elders and the strength of the younger generation will make up the society. Without the wisdom of the elders, it will not make up the society. And therefore, this Bhajan Society, the VBS, is continuing. So we want to thank these young guys here who have brought up something like this. But we need to meet with the main body. I don't see the main body here. I don't know why. The main body is the Andhra Mahasabha of South Africa. And I'm saying it's on, they're not here. I would like to know why they're not here. And I will speak to the president, ask him, because this is part of the Telugu language being propagated here in the Republic of South Africa. And we will not say why. They may have the reasons too. Maybe we are wrong. So we will get it right. In the next few months, we will get all the, because they say the people that praise together will stay together. We are Andhra people. Brotherhood of man is fatherhood of God. That's what Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba said. In his 85 years, in his living, he only spoke Telugu. And we should be proud of that as Andhras. And the last thing I want to say, do not play with the name of Lord Venkateshwara. Once this function is finished here, these banners will be out because we are going to have, not that I think we should have had vegetarian meal on this function. Yes? Okay.
That will be down. I want to be in the country.
Okay. What I I'll tell you why. One more. I'll tell you why. Venkateshwara, the Lord, I walked up 3 times. I went up many times to the Lord. Chandrababu Naidu, I think you know, from Andhra Pradesh. Right? We are having load shedding, I know. But this is the reason I'm not saying this. At that meeting in Andhra Pradesh, they were discussing, and the premier at that time was Mr. Reddy. And then what he said, on the hills of this mountain, we'll build the biggest church on one of the mountains. The biggest church will be built here because they are running now the land of Andhra Pradesh. Chandrababu Naidu woke up and said, anyone in the name of Lord Venkateshwara go against it, you will burn into ashes. I swear to God, after the meeting, the premier went on the helicopter. Helicopter went up the sky. Gone. He was gone. So do not take the name of Lord Venkateshwara very lightly. My silence to all of you. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. S.V. Naidu Garu, for your words of wisdom. I next call upon Mrs. Deshni Reddy. A huge round of applause to Mrs. Deshni Reddy. Are you all hungry? Yeah? No, you will still clap for them. Mr. Creason Mudli from the Harinarayana Bhajana Mandiram. He's the admin of the SA Musicians Against COVID-19, the Facebook page. They have really supported the community through thick and thin during the times of COVID. So may Lord Narayana bless you, Anna, and thank you very much. Mr. Alan Naidu Garu from the Sri Surya Narayana Bhajana Group. Mr. Alan Naidu Garu from the Sri Surya Narayana Bhajana Group. Mr. Devendra Naidu Garu from the Venkateshwara Bhajana Society.
BBS.
That's Mr. Devendra Naidu Garu from the Venkateshwara Bhajana Society. Mr. Ivan Muthan from Ivan, you know the E's and the I's. There's such a confusing, they put you in a confusing subatomic state of mind. Ivan, Mr. Ivan Muthan. That's what everybody says, but you know, literally, when you want to translate a word from Telugu to English, I'll just give you one simple example. Thank you, Mr. Ivan Garu. I want to just give you one simple example. Sangeeta, let's take that word. There is 100 spellings for Sangeeta. It can be Sungeeta, Sungeetha, Sungita. But you know, you cannot really pronounce it like the way it's pronounced in Telugu or Tamil or Hindi for that matter. Sangeetam is Sangeetam kada. So even these names, when we call out and when we speak, I think it's better pronounced when we write it in our mother tongue. So Mr. Ivan Garu, thank you so much. And well done to you. A huge round of applause to Mr. Ivan Garu. Mr. Anand Etigaru from the Sri Ramadasu Bhajana. Mr. Anand Etigaru, I was fortunate enough to have a telephonic interview with Mr. Anand Etigaru, and they are really doing a lot in terms of the upliftment of the youth. And in their organization, they also cater to women empowerment. I know every organization does that, but it was very well laid out in their organizational aims. So Anand Etigaru, congratulations and thank you. Mr. Balan Naidu. Mr. Praneshan Pillai from the Sri Lakshmi Narasimha Andhra Bhajana. That's Mr. Praneshan Pillai from the Sri Lakshmi Narasimha Andhra Bhajana. Yes, the claps. I don't have to keep on repeating myself. Adi taggi kudadu, adi alage unchali, alage undali. So keep clapping. I can shout and speak, and I can tell, I can call the names out. But the claps must continue. I need not say, I can't hear the claps again. Mr. Paul Naidu from the Venkateshwara Bhajana Society. Mr. Paul Naidu. That's Mr. Paul Naidu from the Venkateshwara Bhajana Society. Mr. Somalan Reddy from the Mahavishnu Bhajana Group. Mr. Somalan Reddy from the Mahavishnu Bhajana Group. That's Mr. Somalan Reddy from the Mahavishnu Bhajana Group. Mr. Logan Tagat from the Ilogu Shri Harichinadi Appara Seva Bhajana. Mr. Logan Tagat from the Ilogu Shri Harichi Madri Appanna Seva Bhajana, who I'm told is the chef, is it? The official. Mr. Mohin Naidu from the Sri Ramalu Bhajana Group. Mr. Mohin Naidu from the Sri Ramalu Bhajana Group. The energy that this person brings to any rendition is beyond this world. There can be just 1, 2, or 3 people singing, and you will see him dancing, clapping. The energy never comes down, it never stops. So Mohin Naidu Garu, I had the pleasure of experiencing it, and I'm saying this out and loud. You are absolutely fantastic when you sing your bhajanas.
Thank you for those lovely sentiments. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I would be failing in my duty, and I think a mighty round of applause needs to go to all these young gentlemen behind me. Gopi, Priyan, Vishalan, Devan, and our program director, Archana. The previous speakers or the awardees, respectively Uncle George and Uncle Danpal, have touched on the history behind Raam Bhajana in South Africa. Well, I hail from Pantons Hill, and you'll know what Pantons Hill is all about, and I'm proud to be part of that group, I maintain that every member in the group is a leader. Not only that, I'm just there to guide them, I'm just purely the instrument to guide them forward. And I started, same like what Uncle Danpal mentioned, there was a youngster, I don't know where he gone to. He started when he was 4 years old, I started when I was 3 years old. That was in 1963. And I'm proud to say that I will continue doing this. God's given me the energy, He's given me the know-how. And I received this award on behalf, I dedicate this award to my late parents, in particular, my mom, Mrs. Sita Naidu, one of the greatest stalwarts in Telugu this country has ever seen. Once again, thank you very much.
That's Mr. Mohin Naidu. Thank you very much. Mr. Vishnu Naidu from the Ilogu Shri Harichi Madri Seva Bhajana. Mr. Vishnu Naidu.
You got your supporters, yeah?
That's Mr. Vishnu Naidu from the Ilogu Shri Harichi Madri Appanna Seva Bhajana. Next, it's Ronald Gadia and their group, Jay Gadia, Rajan Pillai, Logan Naidu, from the Sri Ayodhya Rama Bhajana.
Sorry, it's a long one.
Sorry we made you walk. That's Mr. Ronald Gadia, Jay Gadia, Rajan Pillai, Logan Naidu from the Sri Ayodhya Rama Bhajana group. Aldgadya garu. Devi Munsami from the PMB Bhajana group, all the way from PMB. Yeah. I have a special place for PMB, so Devi Munsami.
So as they say, PMB takes all your lights away.
PMB enlightens us.
We'll be back online shortly, guys.
Okay, wait for the lights to
We'll
come
just
on.
switch over just now.
Yeah, that's right.
So PMB bringing back the lights again.
My humble namaskars to one and all. I have to say that I'm really honored to really be chosen as a Stalwarts propagating the language. But in all honesty, you know, with all due respect, I have to say that being born in a family that had a love for the Lord and Lord Narayana. You know, my dad started the Bhajana group in the year 1980, so we celebrate 43 years. And he hails from Medialovo, so you can understand where the Bhajana initially started. But ladies and gentlemen, you know, we spoke about using various platforms to get Raam Bhajan out there. And I'm proud to say that PMB Bhajans had certainly done that this year, the year 2023, where my fellow members had participated and performed Raam Bhajana in Botswana during May of this year. Unfortunately, I was unable to attend because my mum was ill, and sadly she passed in the end of May. So I actually received this award in her honor because, in all honesty, I remember returning home after every Raam Bhajana at 2 or 3 in the morning, and mum was standing there to receive me, you know, as we believe, without turning on the water. So mum, very good.
Last but not least, Mr. Kenneth Naidu from the D.L. Roberts Andhra Bhajana.
Namaskaram. It's really an honor and a privilege to receive this award. But just sitting there and listening to the seniors, started off with George, it reminded me of my granddad. Maybe not in those years, but the D.L. Roberts Andhra Bhajan Group, my granddad, the founder, in 1956. It was prior to me being born. And that's till the very day our group is still in existence. In the year 1976, me being at the age of 4, started playing Raam Bhajan with a little small cymbals which stands at my mother's lamp presently, going around the ring, not knowing the steppings. In 1979, at the age of 7, my elder brother Krish Naidu taught me my first Bhajana, Thali Tanriviniva. We've been playing Raam Bhajan ever since. What brings me to tears and great joy at the same time, it's a bittersweet. The tree, the chetu, was made prior to 1956 by my granddad. And this chetu was made with the materials that they had on hand back in the farm in Seaview. As Alvin Tagat said, D.L. Roberts was one of the groups that joined them. There was a handful of Bhajan groups back then. My granddad took the oil gallon tins and cut them up and made the Bhajan chetu. He took the lids of the coffee tin and the Milo tins and made the lamp stands that these lamp stands and burns on. And it's such a privilege to go around this chetu the very day, just honoring and remembering my granddad. It's an honor to learn and progress more, and it's so good to see so many groups blossom since then till now. Namaskaram.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kenneth Naidu, for that. So I have this beautiful message here from Alan Naidu Garu from the Sri Suryanarayana Temple, and it is my privilege and honor to be reading it out for you. This message says, I would like to take this opportunity of acknowledging a few people that have played an important and vital role in my spiritual journey of Raam Bhajana. Initially introduced to Raam Bhajana by his late loving father, who he regarded as Lord Rama. Enjoying this at a very young age, the Raam Bhajana group was formed in the honor of the entire Naidu family, present gurus, Guru Amarisan Govender as one of the founder members. And at this time, it will be failing if he does not make mention and acknowledge the Naidu brothers, namely Uncle Bobby, Uncle Roy, and the late Uncle Bessel, who were founders and laid the foundation of Raam Bhajana in Phoenix. They were little boys and they always were inspired by Uncle Roy Naidu, and even though they had their very own Raam Bhajana group, they still took them along to join the Sri Rama whenever they were playing out. This greatly uplifted their experiences and gave them much greater love and exposure to Raam Bhajana. A special thank you to Uncle Roy Naidu from Alan Naidu Garu. They've been carrying the torch in the Naidu family and the temple now for 4 generations and still continue to do so, training and teaching the youth. I underline, I stress, training and teaching the youth and the kids in the temple. Along this journey of keeping Raam Bhajana continuous and transformation for newer learning, he would also like to thank Malcolm Naidu for dedicating his time in teaching children. The temple youth learned faster with Uncle Malcolm because they were scared of his nickname, that being bulky. Maybe we should have more of those names and the kids will all flock and come down and learn Raam Bhajana, who knows. Heartfelt thank you and gratitude to Uncle Gopi, Auntie Marlene, and the family for traveling all the way from Ilobu to teach us the glorious Kolatam dance, something the youth enjoy and excel in. And I've seen this, they really enjoy it. Uncle Gopi, he goes on to say, you are simply admirable for your love, never failing to teach and encourage the children, my children and all the children, our group, and anyone, underlining that word again, anyone that seeks your assistance. Thank you. This message was from Mr. Alanai Dugaru, and thank you very much for that heartwarming, beautiful message, Alanai Dugaru. I now call upon Trisha Alangaru to deliver the vote of thanks.
Om Sai Ram, Vanakam, Namaste, Namaskaram. Before I continue with my vote of thanks, I'll be feeling my duty in not handing an award to our MC, who's been propagating and preserving the Telugu language, as well as helping us along with the Raam Bhajana as well.
Thank you.
I've been tasked with the best part of the function is the vote of thanks, because this function would have never ever been a success without our sponsors, as Gopi has enlightened you. Firstly, I'd like to thank. We've got 3 very young businessmen that have sponsored us, and the first one's Priya Naidu. The other one is Sashalan, Governor of Didela Trucking and Plant Hire. And the youngest of them lot is Rishalan. He actually taken me back being such a youngster. And he's actually the son of Devon, and I can see that Devon has instilled some good values in his he sponsored us as well. The food donations has come from Devon Viren, who's prepared our meat dishes and sponsored it. Kopi Tagat and his brother Logan Tagat, who's done our veg dishes. Shanti Governor, who's sponsored us our tortoise. And Auntie Tila, who sponsored us our paneer. Thank you very, very much. To Shashika Jagannath of Peter Mallettsburg for the rotis. And then our sponsors in cash. And these people have really, 90% of them, I have a personal relationship with them. They've really come out to me and really assisted. As my brothers there will call me the money man. I get the money for them. So I'm really indebted to them, because whenever I've made a call to them, it was never a no. Firstly is Ravin Naidu from Joburg, the son of R.S. Naidu. He's actually donated to us.